Hi guys, it's me and Harmony.
We've got our masks
on.
on.
We have these are Harmony's masks. We just decided to put them on.
Creative.
Yeah, it feels weird. It's nice. It looks nice, but it feels like because I don't wear glasses or anything either. It feels really weird on my face. But yeah, so we're
so you can try and take us seriously in our masks.
Yes. So we're doing another video for the Bite-Sized Spirituality series. And in this one, we're going to be talking about
Makes me want to dance.
and spirits.
Woo!
So, the first very important question: have you ever seen a ghost?
No.
Nor have I. No, I've never
That's the end.
No, I've never. Do you see ghosts and spirits as two different things, or do you use the terms like interchangeably, or?
I do use the terms as kind of the same thing, but I do think that they quite possibly are two different things. Yeah, like I mean, I do use the term ghosts and spirits to represent the same thing, but then on the same token, I also use spirit to kind of represent yourself and your connection to like spirituality and your connection to the universe and everything. Like when I'm talking about the pentagram, I will use spirit, you know. So I do see the word spirit as meaning something else, and I will talk about your spirit and your soul, and you know. So I do kind of throw the terms ghosts and spirits around, but I do believe that if I could just like kind of contain myself, that yeah, I do see them as different things.
Yeah, I do see them as different things. I mean, I'm quite a popular view of them is that like a ghost is like a...
I can't take you seriously with that mask.
a ghost is like a entity that can't like move on for like whatever reason, like maybe when the person was alive, whatever, they've not learned the lesson they need to learn, or they've got to do something, or they're stopping themselves and moving on. I don't know what, but and then like a spirit is basically, it has like moved on from this plane. There's like loads of different possible ways that they can like contact or interact with like us on this plane, but they are like no longer of this plane. That's how I see it anyway, but I mean other people probably see it as a different thing. But
yeah, I mean I think I see ghosts as being like... Ghosts I see as kind of being an imprint in time of a highly emotional frequency, where they kind of almost, it's like a record where they kind of almost go round and round and
that they're
replay.
trapped in the moment almost,
and replay it. It's rather than I see that person's soul as being trapped, or I see that person being trapped behind, I see almost that emotion was so high that it's kind of manifested and created a life of its own. So even though that person, in my opinion, has gone on and reincarnated, and you know their soul and their life is now elsewhere, I see that emotion that they felt was just such of such high frequency that it manifested into something that you can perhaps see or
feel,
taste or smell or hear, or you know, all of those different things. But I don't think that is necessarily somebody that is stuck behind, if that makes sense. That's not my personal belief.
That's interesting. But I think the thing I like about using the term spirit more as opposed to ghost is you sort of got that stereotypical like Hollywood image in your head of like a ghost, like a white sheet, and do you know what I mean? Like that sort of like from like Scooby-Doo or something, like that sort of like, it's almost like,
I think spirit, if you're using
more...
the term ghosts and spirits in the same sense, I think spirit sounds more respectful.
Sounds more serious, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost like, I don't know, it's almost like the term ghost has become sort of like light-hearted, like a jokey sort of, I don't know, it sort of doesn't...
I don't know.
Doesn't always...
me out.
It doesn't always feel... It doesn't like... it doesn't feel like it's like respected in the same way as like the term spirit is. And I think that is basically the reason, isn't it? It's like that sort of perception that you have like from like when you're like growing up and stuff, like
for me, I think if I
and...
could define it, I would say ghost, as I said, is an imprint on time of a highly emotional residue almost that's created and manifested into something not necessarily physical, but something that we are able to sense. Whereas spirit, I would say, is that part of somebody. It is that essence of a human being, that, or not necessarily a human being, but is that essence of something living that I believe goes with them. That's my personal view.
That's interesting. Yeah, and my views are basically what I already said. So to recap, obviously, I personally think that a ghost is basically like an entity that can't or won't move on for like whatever reason, is still somehow in this plane, and a spirit is not of this plane, but they can still, or we can still, depending on which way you look at it, interact with one another, sort of thing. So that's how I sort of like to see the like distinction. But then again, I'm the same as you. I do sort of like use the term sort of like interchangeably almost. Not purposely. I probably don't recognise. I probably don't recognise I'm doing it.
I don't mean to do it, but I kind. And a lot of the time when I do it, and like I said, I don't mean to do it, and I will kind of do it. But a lot of the time I don't mean to do it, but it's because the people that I'm talking to will also use it that way, and therefore I will use it that way so that they understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so we will leave it there, and we'd love to know what you think, what your thoughts are, and if you like agree with us or disagree or whatever.
The phone's really up.
I know, it's quite cool. I'm getting used to it slowly. But yeah, so we'd love to know what
my
you think.
eyelashes kept banging on it. That's why I took mine off.
But yeah, so we'd love to know what you think, and we will see you very soon.
Bye.